a couple years ago, aliens didn't exist. Now they exist. Now they here. Where they? Oh, you know, like they wasn't here a while ago. No, that's not real. Now it's real. So it's like, nah, I'm not believing nothing. I'm gonna go do my own research.
Thank you, man.
That's why I fucked with you on that one, because I'm like, yo, and it like for anyone that said, I'm like, really think about it, like, bro, they said aliens didn't exist for the longest. Now it's just casual. Like every couple months, like, yeah, you know. Yeah, bro, but you know, there's one dude that turned someone to stone, some crazy shit.
What the fuck?
Yes, it was some crazy shit. Y'all know about, right?
Niggas getting turned into stone?
Yeah, I seen an article.
And I smoke too much weed. God damn, man. Y'all need to leave me the fuck alone. Nah.
Yo, it's your boy Hakeem, and you are watching Our Generation Music. And today, man, I got the icon with me, my man, Wiz Khalifa.
What's happening?
How you doing, brother?
Amazing. How are you?
I'm doing great. Before this, you know, we were just talking about movies, clothes, and all these other things. They're like, yo, save it for the interview. But I'm like, nah, we gonna bring it back, because that was a great conversation. We started talking about just like the old days of, like, you know, the Pineapple Expresses, the all the Judd Apatow music movies and shit, and just like that feeling that, you know, it just gives you, like sitting down and really watching them shits. Like, I was sitting there like a couple nights ago watching what's his name, Harold and Kumar, and just the wave of nostalgia that it gave me, and just like the pure enjoyment of just like these random stupid laughs. You know what I mean? Just like, yo, this shit is so funny. Like, you don't even get that anymore. I feel like we just moved, like, you know, from such great comedy movies, and
people were way less sensitive back then too. And then you had like South Park, and you know what I'm saying? We had like really good stuff. South Park still does stuff now. Yeah. That's like super, you know what I mean? That still touches on what it's supposed to. Yeah. But I feel like, comedy was way better back then, and just people's, like, the way we digested things was a little bit better. And I miss that. Yeah,
I mean, 40-Year-Old Virgin.
Yeah. We said old school.
Old school.
There's a bunch.
The Van Wilder.
Do you remember the movie Kick-Ass?
Yes, that's a little later too, though. But that was a good one too. Yeah. Or even the what's in Seth Rogen one with the Bumblebee, and he had the Asian sidekick. I forgot the name of that one, but that one was funny too. Called? It was like something is green.
The Green Hornet?
Green Hornet.
Yeah, Green Hornet. Yeah.
Just those,
or like Hangover.
Yeah, just like those funny, like you just throw it on, and it's like good, like background movies. Like, I feel like it's been a while since like I found something like that, man. We got to get back to that.
Yeah, it would be good to shoot something like that. And like, I had a cover with Danny McBride, a Complex cover, and I tweeted it the other day. And I was like, man, can we make this happen? Like, please, bro. Like, because it would be funny as heck to put together something that's shot well, a good story, and great comedy as well. Like, we need that.
That'd be fine. Danny, bro.
That shit would be funny as hell.
I was just watching Eastbound and Down.
Yeah.
Bro, the punchlines in that shit.
It's crazy, bro.
Fucking crazy.
Insane, bro. Like, I'll be watching Righteous Gemstones.
What's that?
Oh, that's the show that he got on HBO Max.
It's new shit?
Yeah. They got like 3 or 4 seasons, but it's him, and he's got like his whole family is like from preachers that like they're in church. But it's funny as hell though. Oh, Righteous Gemstones.
I gotta check that out.
Yeah, check that out.
You know, it's funny too, because a lot of people too, they're saying Apple is having a lot of good shows right now.
Apple's cool. I try not to binge too much, you know what I'm saying? I like, especially the older that I got, I just enjoy like certain types of shit. And then like what we're saying, going back to the classics and just, revisiting that, because you know what I mean? Like these days it's just a little bit different.
It doesn't feel the same. It's just like, it doesn't give you that same. I wonder also too, that's a good question too. Do you feel like people like often live too much on nostalgia then? Or just the quality of things have
I don't think that we live too much on nostalgia. I think that stuff was really better back then. And, there's still a lot to discover from those years too. Like, if you watch movies from the 2000s or, 2010s, if you dig deep, like, beyond the, the normal stuff, you'll find, like, little stuff in the cut. Like, Snatch is a good movie. You ever seen that? Yeah, like, stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Remember Species, the random one? Like,
yeah, that was crazy.
That was crazy.
Yeah, that was nuts. Yeah. Like, these are, like, just good movies, like, good stories. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't think the nostalgia does too much to it.
So it's like my random thought about it too. Like, I feel like the more advanced we got with technology, like, it kind of ruined it, because I feel like I'm, like, looking at my Tuesday, and back in the day, like, you're watching Star Wars and you're watching all these movies, it felt like a world. It just felt, it's almost like AI, like, it doesn't feel real.
It
like,
doesn't.
Now I'm watching movies like, damn, this shit is too clear. Like, this is way too clear. Like, it feels like I'm just talking to my homie. Like, it doesn't, like, make me really practice escapism, you know?
Yeah, for sure. I feel the same way.
Yeah, it's kind of definitely interesting. But yeah, we also too, I brought up How to Make It in America and it being a big show for me, and kind of bringing me back to the journey and just make me want to chase my dreams and this and that. And we talk about those comfort shows that we have that kind of realign us. Can you tell everybody about your favorite ones?
Yeah, mine we talked about it was Californication. For me, well, it was Entourage before I moved out here, for sure. Like, I loved Entourage. But when I moved to LA, just Californication, the industry, the ins and outs, the personal life, I really actually like the characters.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I like to see the story develop. When RZA was on there, that season was hilarious.
Yes.
Like, you know what I mean? It's really, beyond the surface level. Like, it just gives you like a feeling.
Yeah.
And like a not like an aspiration, but it's like, you kind of,
it's like a mirror to your life. Like, oh, like, I'm supposed to be up there like that.
Yeah.
Look at Vinny Chase pulling up red carpet to a movie premiere. That's Wiz soon,
Yeah, exactly.
I feel like it's my like comfort show.
Yeah.
Like, it's literally my I throw it on every fucking day. It's damn near on every day.
Yeah.
Like, it's literally it's crazy. And the thing I also really, really love about it, too, is it's, like, really... Also, the writing in this, I think the cultural importance, and even Scott Venner's, like... I talk to him all the time, like, the way he lined up all the music in it was just so fire. They were breaking songs in that show. They were premiering songs, like... And it was just all, like... It gave you, like, this wide palette of music.
For
you're hearing rap, rock, this, that. It's like damn near like iPod as a kid,
Yeah, it's really rare that shows like capture the times, and that was one of the ones that really like encapsulated where we were at. Like, you would see an Escalade pull up with some rims on it with somebody playing a PlayStation in the back. Like, you know what I'm saying? You'd be like, damn, all right, cool.
Them going to Riff to get sneakers.
Yeah, you know exactly what year you're in, like, just based off of like what was cool at the time. And that's really dope, man. And it's fun to see shit like that. And I think like that adds to, you know what I'm saying, our imagination, and just when we get here, all right, it sets the bar to where we want to be at.
Yeah.
And that's what we don't really see that too much anymore now. You kind of see like people like explain what people's lives are like. They'll like try to tap into like streaming or, just being an influencer in general. But they don't really get into it like what it's really like. Yeah. You know what I mean? And for me, being able to see that before and even going through it was that like it helps you navigate that shit.
Because there's so many different, growth in, Vinny's character. Like, there's so much different growth in it. There's every different season, he's hitting different marks. Even the season where he's down a little bit and he gets the call, he's like, yo, Martin Scorsese, we about to do this movie. Like, it's really one of them shows, man. It's definitely one of them ones. So, I seen you, I wasn't going to go to Coachella, and... I was telling Will, I was like, oh, bro, we going out, we be seeing the same people. We want to do this shit sometimes. But I'm like, if there's a party to go to, and I got to go out there for a day, I got to go to this Travis party. It's going to be lit. As soon as I seen it, I was like, all right, I got to go to this.
Travis party was cracking.
And I'm like, yo, that was cracking. That was vibey for sure. Trav loved him some Afro beats.
Yeah, he do.
I did not see that.
Yeah, he be turning up.
He be turning up, man. That was a good vibe. So I was like, but yeah, I'm gonna go. I'm probably gonna see some people. I probably need to, re-tap in back in and get the interview going and this and that. Then boom, I see you. First, I'm like, yo. First, yo, we gotta do it. I'm like, yo, bro, I was just about to hit you. I'm like, yo, pass me a shot. You pass me a shot. That shot was so nasty, bro.
Yeah.
That shit was so hot.
It was warm.
Like whoever tequila brand that is.
Yeah.
You need a cooling system. Like,
yeah.
That
was one of them situations where we had walked into the party and I seen like a wall full of liquor, and instead of waiting for my bottle to come to the section, I just walked up to the wall full of liquor and just took one of the things down. It was probably up there for a really, really long time.
The sun was probably beating that motherfucker.
Yeah. So I don't want to, be a bad representation of whoever's tequila that was, but it was probably in the sun for a minute.
Okay.
And it tasted like tea. Like it was hot.
It was hot.
It was like
you're gonna get
hot.
a pass because Wiz gave the explanation.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
I'm gonna have to retry that one more time.
I immediately slammed it on some ice and was like trying to cool that shit off because it was hot, bro. It was disgusting.
Yeah.
But it's Coachella, man. It's whatever.
Yeah, and I seen you, which you always do. You tap in with the youth, man. I seen you post a pic with Yeet. Ty Dolla brought you out.
Yeah.
3-6 Mafia.
Yeah.
You was having a good time. You was on one. If there was, T-Pain went crazy. I think had the best set in my opinion. But if there was someone having a good time and good vibe, it was Wiz. Wiz get the good time and good vibe award, man.
Good look, man.
And you said you haven't been out there in like 6 years too.
Yeah, it's been a minute, and that's how I like to get down. I like to just be a part of it and enjoy myself. I was lucky enough to have Ty and Juicy bring me out. Like, I never expect that type of shit. You know what I mean? Like, I just be on some chill shit, but they hit me up and asked me to come out and perform. And I had to remember that we even had songs together. I was like, oh, yeah, we do got songs that's worth performing. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was just going to watch they set if I was there. But, it was just one of those things where I was there to work, so I just figured I might as well enjoy myself. I'm glad I got the Good Vibes Award because I had a great time.
You did. I also thought it was dope to see you have Amber and your girl there too. That was cool. I'm like, bro, I'm, at the age I am, so now your age, I'm like, and I got that type of situation. That's what I would want.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, yo, that was so dope to me. I'm like, yo, this nigga Wiz live a great life, bro.
Yeah, for sure. Amber knows she could hit me up for whatever, so I made sure that she was squared away. And I had my lady with me, so of course we all gonna party together and have a good time. It ain't about nothing. Like we do that on the regular, just at the house, or if there's nobody around on holidays or birthdays or whatever. So it's nothing for us to get out in public and do the same exact thing.
I love that, man. That was really cool. That from that moment I took that, I'm like, yo, that was really cool to see, man.
Good look, man.
So we got to get into the project. KUSH Orange Juice while we're here, and it's crazy because that project came out my freshman year in high school, and it's been with me for a very long time. I listen to that shit. I listen to your music like probably at least a couple times a week. I'm going back to some old Wiz. I'm catching those vibes. I'm a big YouTube person. Like I go dig deep into YouTube and like listen to all this stuff that I listened to growing up and everything. And I remember just like it came out on a Monday, I think. Yeah, and then like the next week was 420.
Yep.
And just like that week of just like the communal of like, yo, you heard this, you heard that, like, yo, I can't wait to smoke all 420 to this shit. Like we used to smoke in my backyard. My parents are Jamaican and shit, so it was kind of cool with it, we used to smoke in my backyard. Yo, we about to be smoking big dope to this all weekend. Like it's about to be a movie. And we did do that, and your music was the soundtrack for that weekend, and it was a great. I think Northern Light. We might have been smoking some Northern Lights around that time too. We just got the plug on the Northern Lights, so that was fire. So yeah, we were smoking that. We was faded, listening, just taking the music in. What do you have those thoughts of just like, knowing your importance to just the people's lives, like being an inspiration, and just even sometimes people's first times even like smoking weed and shit?
Yeah, definitely. I'm fully aware of that, and I love that. I know that the music is dope, and I pride myself in being a really good, artist. But the majority of it comes from the memories and the experiences through the music, and the fact that people can put my music on and just remember the best times of their lives. That's I'm really grateful for that, and I'm really, that's what I lean into the most when I make my music. I want you to hear something great. I want you to be shocked, and I'm personally challenging myself, but in the end, I know that my strong point is being the soundtrack to the best moments of some people's lives.
It's crazy to say, right?
Yeah,
like it's like, and that's a real, reality for. I'm about to be 30. I'm about to be 29. I'm 29. I'm about to be 30. But it's like, bro, seeing my friends in the backyard smoking and just like hearing your music, like that's core memory. You know, like it's really crazy. And now, you hear your friends now like, yo, Wiz putting out KUSH OJ2.
Yep.
Like, you know what I mean? It's almost like you got to like redo that tradition. Like, let's hit the basement. Like, let's go here. Let's go. Like, how are we celebrating this, And I'm sure a lot of people have did that, team back up with their friends or whatever.
Yeah.
You might have even, there might have been some people that ain't been talking in years. They said, hey, bro, KUSH Orange Juice 2 coming out.
Gotta get back together.
We got to get back together, man.
Yeah,
You did a really good job on the project. Great follow-up.
Thank you.
I got to ask the question that, for me, growing up listening to, like, how did you come up with the Easy Water like that? Because I feel like that was the glue to putting the project together. That was it. That was the glue.
Yeah.
How did you come up with the character?
I had Easy Water. Easy Water had hosted plenty of my other mixtapes. It was just like a skit that I would do when I was younger, just to like kind of keep the mixtapes flowing.
Yeah.
I just kind of made my own world up of people who wanted to listen to my music. And Easy Water was the director of that, so he kind of just told you what to do and how to do it. And it was just something that the fans loved, and they always gravitated towards it.
Yeah.
So I kept it going, and by the time I did KUSH Orange Juice, I did the whole album, and then I went back into the studio, and we laid the Easy Water parts, and like you said, it just became the glue to it. And that's when we knew it was like, oh, okay,
this is done.
Yeah.
Because it's like you can't get that without just hearing that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's the nostalgia hits for sure, and that's why I'm glad to have older fans be able to speak to how important that is. Because if you're a newer fan, you might not understand the importance of it.
Yeah.
Bless you. But somebody else is gonna tell you, like, man, nigga, Easy Water, nigga, that's that nigga. Like,
can you imagine? Yo, the blood you just got high. You hearing me Easy Water tell you like, I'm fader. I'm on the couch. Yo, we got any snacks in here? Like,
Roll up another one.
My heart racing. New fans, new vibes. I love you brought little Tyler on there. He's one of my favorite out of the new kids doing their thing. Talk about bringing him in and bringing that youthful and young energy to the a classic album.
I wanted to work with Lil Tyler anyway, just because I like how positive he is and how just in his own pocket that he is, especially for a young dude. Like, he don't talk about the same shit that all the other younger dudes talk about. So it was always in my plans to record with him just to show some love and some support. And we ended up linking because he was doing Rolling Loud. So we got in the studio, and it was right when I was finishing up KUSH Orange Juice. So I was doing all the freestyles and stuff like that. I was just really in my bag. And I recorded, and Cardo had sent me that beat that day. So I recorded my verse about 5 minutes before he got there. I was laying the hook when he got in, and I was like, throw a verse on this. And when I heard his verse, I'm like, nigga, that's going on the album for sure. It was like a no-brainer.
Yeah.
And it was really cool to be able to be in that position, in that situation, because I feel like some of the best moves happen towards the end of the album.
Okay.
Some things you can try to plan, but some things just really happen. And that was one of those things where it was meant to happen. It happened right at the right time, and it sounds amazing.
Yeah, definitely one of my faves. And then also, too, obviously, you and Max B, that's That's like a stoner playlist, like to the fullest, like good vibes. Like gotta have some Wiz, gotta have some Max.
Yep.
But I want to know, you know, obviously Max B's getting. I've seen the pop because, you know, I've grown up. I listen to a lot of Max. Not a lot of people were on Max B. So kind of if you know, you know, right?
Yeah, right.
But there's been a lot. His popularity has grown a lot. Even now, the Supreme collab, all this. There's even people in New York like, bro, y'all better not get no Max B t-shirt. Like, y'all don't even know about the Wave God. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's crazy. Like, you know, I want to know, like, what does Max B mean to Wiz Khalifa?
Max B to me is a pioneer, somebody who I feel like we share the same spirit, especially when it comes to promoting ourselves and knowing ourselves and just being able to maximize on our strong points. I've seen Max B describe himself before anybody even understood who he was. And that's how you were able to get the narrative of what he was doing.
It was the ultimate confidence.
Yeah.
Like, he's
hella
the
confidence.
like, be confident. Most, so New York, very New York.
Super New York. Yeah. Very Harlem.
Very Harlem.
Exactly.
Fucking
and then just the
wavy.
release of all the music. You know, you could talk as much shit, but being consistent, just releasing music on music, finding producers that he's, you know, that he gels with.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And creating a sound, calling it the Wave, and having people who believe in that follow him. And I feel like, you know, before when we were supporting him, that circle of people, it wasn't small, but it was more if you know type of thing. Or I would meet people and we would bond over them listening to Max
It's
B.
crazy because there's, and you're one of those type of artists too. At that time growing up, was like, oh, you listen to Wiz, you listen to Max,
right?
You're like, oh, we're on the same shit. We're community. Like, it's crazy, man.
That's
like,
why I say we share the same spirit and we're alike in a lot of ways. You know, just from a fan perspective and then from a, you know, similarity perspective.
100%.
So that's why I connect with Max.
Yeah. Man. We'll see Max being home soon, man.
He'll be home.
Can't wait for you guys. You're definitely gonna see you guys on a stage.
Oh, for sure, man.
That's gonna be legendary.
We're making sure that the Wave is continued right where he left off.
Yeah,
they gotta know.
And you know, back to the community aspect of it too. Seeing you and Currency, obviously, project is, you know, on the project together is super amazing. Like, you know, that's another one. You know, you guys did collab projects together growing up. That was big for me. And then seeing you guys back, but now you guys added Terrence Martin.
Yeah.
Bro, when I turned that shit on that first, I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
These niggas went crazy.
Yeah, it's one of them ones.
Talk about when you first heard that beat, just hearing, you know, Terrence Martin, or did you later add Terrence Martin to that?
Yeah, we added him later. TM. 88 from Atlanta actually produced that. So he sent me the beat, and he sent me a pack of about like 14 beats, but that was the one I'm like, this is in the KUSH Orange Juice, you know, pocket for sure. So I did my verse, and then I just held on to my verse for a minute and just kept listening to it over and over, and then I sent it to Currency, and Currency did his verse, and we just had that. And it was another one of those situations where we had started mixing the album, and I was like, what would be... I was really on my jazz wave and, like, buying records and...
Oh, you been buying records and stuff?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Okay.
And just listening to a lot of vinyls and just discovering some older music and older people catalogs. And I just wanted to add some elements of that to the album. And me and Terrence go way back. Terrence knew me when I was like 19 years old. And, you know, a lot of my first trips out to L.A., working in studios and things like that, was through Terrence and through Problem. Jason
so another
Martin
big
now.
Full circle moment.
Yeah, huge full circle moment. Especially getting him on KUSH Orange Juice.
Yeah.
Because, you know, I worked with Terrence on what was supposed to be my first album with Warner Brothers, but then I lost my deal with Warner Brothers because they just didn't want to put my album out. So me and Terrence stayed friends, but, you know, there was nothing that we could really do musically. And then I went on to make KUSH Orange Juice by myself. But him being a really good friend of mine, somebody that I respect musically, living out here in L.A., it was like, yo, I got to make sure I get my bro on the album. And I personally, like, took this song to his house.
Okay.
I sat there and watched him play and hook up his equipment, and you know.
He was probably sitting on that couch like,
yeah,
man.
It was wild. It was good because I usually go to the gym during the day, but I was like, I'm gonna skip the gym. I'm gonna come see you.
I feel like that's a good reason to skip the gym.
Yeah.
Let's go listen to Terrence fuck shit up. That's definitely one of them.
Yeah.
Man, those was my faves. And then also too, seeing you bring it back to super high, you redoing that.
Boom.
Man, because that was such a pivotal song because Ross came down. Like, y'all was bubbling in the underground. You got Big Rick Ross now, like, rapping with you in Currency. You know, I thought that was super dope, man. I definitely caught that. You know, talk about doing that.
I had to bring that moment back for people who remembered it. KUSH Orange Juice was an album, but it was also a time. It influenced fashion, it influenced music videos, it influenced a lot of things that the moments in between are also important. And go ahead.
People looking at the underground.
Yeah.
Oh, this is
absolutely
they coming.
Yeah,
like
it was like a clear line between mainstream and underground.
Yeah, I remember
and underground was way more popular at that time.
Yo, why this man's show going crazier than mine? Like type like we're coming.
That's what it was.
That shit is crazy, man. But that was, to me, that was like, oh yeah, that was that merging moment, and it was dope to see that on the project, man.
Yeah, I wanted to add a lot of that DNA to it, like I said. So for the older fans, nigga, you don't even know.
You don't know shit about that.
Exactly. You pulling up shit.
Look right here. He was in the background here. You didn't. I was there.
Them conversations.
Yo, you did it, bro. And even on what's the name? Hit It Once too.
Yeah.
Re-bringing that back because it's the same essence of Still Blazing, right? So I was like, man, like you're dropping Easter eggs for like your fans. I really love that you did that, man.
There's a couple of them in there. There's another one I'm waiting for you to catch.
Oh my God! I didn't put me on the spot, man.
It's cool. I want to tell you. I probably should.
You should tell me. You should tell me.
No, I ain't gonna tell you.
Okay.
You gonna figure out. You gonna be like, is so and so. I'm gonna be like, yep.
Okay.
Yeah, you know.
You
already know.
I gotta read what's
you
the
already
name.
know. But there's another good. You know how dads stand over the kids and be like, there's 3 more over there. The 3 more Easter eggs. Keep looking.
Figure it out, man.
Exactly.
You better go figure it out. So obviously, you had the greatest moment this week. Well, and like one of the greatest moments this week. Of the flat Earth theory.
Oh yeah.
And I'm sure every since then, every interview you've had, like, is like, oh, let's bring up the flat Earth and Wiz. Let's go. But you know, I think it would be funny. I think if you did a deluxe, you should make the Earth flat.
Make the Earth flat on there.
That would be, or just troll and make the Earth flat online, like, or post it on the story, like, here's my flat Earth album. Yeah. That would be a great double down. I would love that.
I know, right? So that's what people want. They want me to double down.
I would double down on it.
All right, cool.
Listen. The reason why I fuck with you and on the flat Earth theory is because a couple years ago, aliens didn't exist. Now they exist. Now they here.
Yep.
Where they? Oh, you know, like they wasn't here a while ago. No, that's not real.
Yeah.
Now it's real. So it's like, I'm not believing nothing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go do my own research.
Thank you, man.
That's why I fucked with you on that one, because I'm like, yo, and it like for anyone that said, I'm like, really think about it, like, bro, they said aliens didn't exist for the longest. Now it's just casual. Like every couple months, like, yeah, bro, there's one dude that turned someone to stone, some crazy shit.
What the fuck?
Yes, it was some crazy shit. Y'all know about, right?
Niggas getting turned into stone?
Yeah, I seen an article.
And I smoke too much weed. God damn, man. Y'all need to leave me the fuck alone. Nah. With that shit, I think it's just a fun topic for people to argue about, yo. Like, people love arguing about shit. You know what I'm saying?
And it's funny, how are you arguing with, someone that's traveled the world? That's the other crazy thing to me,
That's what I've been wanting to be like, bro. Have you been to Dubai? Have you been to Saudi Arabia? Have you been to Australia? I can't really argue with you if you haven't.
That's the crazy. That's perspective, right? And it's like you travel. It's like you might think this one way, this and that, and then you really get in there. It's like the eyes wide shut moment. It's like it's like, oh, this was really going on back here. Like,
you just start to pay attention, and whatever is whatever, man. Like I love it. Like I let people argue. And sometimes you just fucking pop out for reasons that you don't want to pop out for, and that's one of them.
Yo, that's what I think, like, you being famous, it's like, I have some notoriety and people know me, this and that, and then sometimes I'll randomly say some shit and it'll be on mad blogs, and I'm like, fuck, I forgot. Oh my god. This should have been on my close friends. This is a intrusive thought. This should have been here.
I literally forgot, and I don't blame them either because I was comfortable.
Yeah.
They knew what they was doing though. They knew that shit was gonna be a conversation, but
it's media, man.
I'm green to some things, so I didn't know that that's like a whole thing on the internet.
Oh no, it's huge.
It's crazy.
I remember when Kyrie came out and said it, like
what?
Yeah, like Kyrie.
I didn't know that that's like what, and it's happening, and I'm like, I had no idea. It's not even bad, but I just had no idea it was that freaking serious.
It's crazy.
Like, my son's probably gonna hit me up and be like, "Hey, Dado, you think?" I'm gonna be like, "Dog, you got to deal with this too." Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just people just like talking about it, yo.
Yeah, and you know what's crazy? I mean, before we move on from it, I feel like I've seen more people talk about this than people talking about aliens existing.
Yeah.
And being uproar about. I'm like, TMZ, where's your alien article? Like, where's the moment for, like, no one's tripping, no one's losing? Yo, I used to be sleeping in my bed and I wake up. Sometimes you sleep in your bed and you wake up and you see a figure, like.
Yeah.
Now it's like a real thing. Like, I'm like, oh shit, that really could be an alien.
Like, clearly, aliens and calling something flat that people think is round are not the same thing.
Yeah. Until the government tells you that Earth is flat in a couple years, then it's like, oh yeah.
Nobody's gonna care. They're gonna
treat it like aliens.
Yeah, there's gonna be holograms of your thoughts and your memories. There's all types of stuff that if I say it, I sound like freaking
that was actually my next question. I kind of want to hear just like your other like thought-provoking ideas that you have.
There's definitely gonna be holograms of memories. They saying that like that certain people are gonna expose memories that go back to the beginning of the world, bro. They're gonna be able to show us like how the world began, like
that's some Assassin's Creed
in a
shit.
hologram, like, you know what I'm saying? They talking about that type of stuff. And of course your own memories, but yeah, they're talking about being able to go back that far.
Yeah, I seen they brought back one of the wolves recently, the dire wolves from Game of Thrones. Yeah. I was like, oh yeah, so the dinos they're getting ready to come. Yeah. T-Rexes will be here soon.
Yeah, it gets crazy, but this is just stuff that I hear. I don't know if it's true.
Nah, the dire wolf was in time. That's coming for sure. It's coming, man.
I just be hearing some stuff, so I don't know. Man, I'm high.
Oh man. So I feel like you can't have a Wiz Khalifa interview and not talk about the blog era, right?
Yeah.
It's just like yeah, we're gonna have to talk about the blog
Let's do it. Favorite era.
Goated, obviously my introduction to not my introduction to music, but understanding my love for music, right? It's like, okay, I love music, like this makes me feel a certain type of way, and just understanding things, going through certain things. I feel like we've been seeing a lot of Mount Rushmores happening recently, right? But someone would be like, oh yeah, what's the Mount Rushmore of blog era, this and that. It's like, nah, I want to know what you think the Mount Rushmore of mixtapes of the blog era was.
Mount Rushmore of mixtapes of the blog era. Who ran it the most? I would have to put myself there.
What project though?
Oh, KUSH Orange Juice.
Okay.
Yeah, KUSH Orange Juice. So Far Gone. Let's pick a currency tape. Oh, Pilot Talk.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll throw Pilot Talk up there. That's 3. Was there
One
one
more?
more? From the blog era, what fucked shit up in the blog era? Damn, I'm trying to think. What would you say?
Well, you got two of one of them. Mine's Nostalgia Ultra by Frank Ocean.
Frank Ocean.
Yeah, that
I was
first
coming
mixtape.
out of the blog era when that one went down. I'm trying to think about. Okay, that's a good one. That's a good one.
And then No Ceilings for me.
Oh no, I could put Kids, Mac Miller.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna throw that in there. Yeah. So that's
Okay.
my Mount Rushmore.
I like that.
Yeah.
I feel like there's a few of them that's I feel like people can agree that stay in stones, and it's KUSH and Orange Juice.
Yeah.
So Far Gone.
Yeah.
Those two I feel like they have their cemented place.
For sure.
Right? And then the other
100%.
two I think just me, I think is a personal preference on the other two.
Yeah, for sure.
But those ones were the I think the real super yo, these are super cat
Yeah. I think we intentionally did that too. We were like trying to step on shit.
Yeah.
When we made
You
that.
and Drake, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. We were really intentionally going for it. And we both had different angles because Drake was always more polished and more like put together, like songs, and he had collaborations with bigger artists already, and he had cosigns and things like that. And we were just coming from like just being stoned and doing college shows and shit like that. But we ended up meeting in the same place. So
you guys had a song. I don't know if it was official, but it was like Purple something.
Who, me and Drake?
Yeah.
We never had a song.
It was a what's the name? It was like a mix.
A mashup?
Yeah, like it was a mashup niggas used to listen to back in the
For
day.
real?
Yeah. Definitely deep in the YouTube.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, the ones that know, they know about that one. It was on Real Estate. It was on Real Estate.
Well, I had you really a G for that. That's
on, man.
crazy.
Come on, man. It was
Will remembers that because I had that beat too at the same time, and I had made a song for it, and then he had made his song for it, and then their song came out, and my song never came out. So that's what happened with that. Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah. Well, it was no hard feelings though. Like, you know how the industry is.
Yeah.
They tossed it to him, and it became his song. But yeah.
That's crazy. Yeah, I remember. Right. I remember the day it dropped. The mashup dropped on YouTube, and I was like, "Oh, niggas was like, yo, where's it, Drake? It's up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that should have been.
Man,
that would have been one of the ones. Spark it off.
Because back to what you're saying, space-wise, where you guys are occupying, right? Yep. A lot of times, I think some of those make the best collaborations, where it's just like, oh, he's over here occupying this space, and he's over here occupying.
I totally agree.
Oh yeah. Another thing too, you've been around for so long in a sense where it's like, from MySpace, early on, which Who I Am was one of my MySpace songs.
Yeah.
That was
one of them ones.
And then still to this day, has aged beautifully. Yeah. You are the birth of, streaming. You've one of the first couple albums that were on streaming. You know what I mean? When your albums came out. Did you have any reservations like when you first, seen streaming or anything, or do you even have any now, like about streaming, Apple Music, Spotify, just streaming in general?
I don't have any now, but at first, I remember the concept was like explained to me. I was like, man, I don't care about that shit, because I didn't see it taking over. They're like, Will's explaining me, he's like streaming this and that, and I'm like, yeah, man, whatever, man. We do this shit for the streets, dog. I'm like, my fans aren't going over there and doing that, but that's how powerful the industry is they monetized everything, and they made sure that it was necessary, for streaming, for algorithm, for whatever it is to sell records in the new way to sell records, which is like YouTube, streaming services, and then as they started to add on the apps like, TikTok and things like that. But excuse me, for me, I've always liked cracking the code and just figuring it out.
Yeah.
So as things started to adjust and change, it kind of just made me look at my approach to how to release music and to just try different things and see what works.
Yeah.
Sometimes you might want to build your own website and go directly to the fans.
Which you did all that.
I've done all of that. I've done everything in the book. And I think just experimenting and learning what happens makes the moments of breaking free of that.
Yeah.
And that's what a lot of people usually see me do is kind of break free of what everybody else is doing and do things that just work for me.
Yeah.
And it's fun to figure it out.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting. And even like back to you saying you doing a lot of, you've done a lot of things. I mean, as far as like, I remember, I think when I made Twitter, it was like all my favorite artists were on Twitter. Mm-hmm. So it forced me to make a Twitter. Mm-hmm. You had such a big fan base, and you probably made a lot of people sign up for Twitter. Mm-hmm. Like all it's like, oh, Wiz is on Twitter.
Right.
Joe Budden was on Twitter.
Right.
Joe Budden used to have it cracking. I remember it was like you, Wiz, Joe Budden, J.R. Smith. Random. Just like
Jermaine Dupri.
Yeah, just like certain niggas was on Twitter on the tweet decks and this, like those was a good time, popping up the music and you're on Twitter. Like those early days was crazy. And then even think too, like media takeout. Like all those like old, like it was it's
OG blog shit.
OG blog shit.
I think that's when like what fucked everything up right there. Like Baller Alert media takeout.
Yeah, I feel like that's might be what's the word for bait? Like clickbait.
Yeah.
That might have started clickbait.
Yeah.
Well, them magazines in the grocery stores did have some crazy things.
Them was tabloids.
That's true. Yeah, that's true. That's different.
Yeah, it's like the online tab.
Yeah, them websites was crazy, man.
Yeah.
Yo, so and so dropped new booty pic.
But that's what Shade Room is now, though. It's the same thing.
That's true. Yeah.
It's the same exact thing.
How do you what do you feel like you learned the most about yourself, like through being like famous, like?
Through being famous, I think I learned. I think I learned like that definitely my fans are the people who I only really need to ever entertain. And I learned that my community, as long as they understand what I'm doing, it doesn't matter about anything or anybody else. And yeah, as crazy as things might get to navigate sometimes, it's always if I make moves that my fans will appreciate, that's gonna be the best pocket for anything that I do. Yeah, I learned that about
I think that to me is the testament that I think has made you an icon and made you stay around for so long. Yeah. Is like a lot of people you kind of came up with, I think they alienated their fans and they let having a hit song dictate how they make their next move.
Yeah.
I feel like with you, it was never that. Like you still fed your fans, and so it's like, oh yeah, I got #1 song. Let me start making radio songs now.
Right.
I didn't feel like, granted you've had the success of big records, but you always fed your fans where it just didn't feel like it was an alienation. And
absolutely. I was making mixtapes the whole time. Like, people love KUSH Orange Juice, but they also love Cabin Fever, and they also love Taylor Alderdice, and they also love 28 Grams. So I've had, other standout moments throughout my career to fill in the gaps and keep my fans evolving and changing and, spreading the word. Just transitioning, making new fans, but also entertaining the old ones. And like I said, I got like multiple moments where it's for the fans, it's for the people.
Yeah.
And
you can feel that too in the music. Like I feel like, you've had a sprinkle of very big hit songs out, and then like you have these moments of mixtape for the fans, this, that, this, moments.
Yeah. I enjoy making these big hits because those are the opportunities that come from me entertaining my fans. A lot of producers or writers or just people who can make big things happen that I wouldn't be able to do on my own. They see the effect that I have on people, and they're like, shit, I want that effect for my music too. I want to affect people in that same way. So that's why you get, you know, songs like Black and Yellow or like We Them Boys, or, you know, Roll Up or Young, Wild and Free. And these are songs that I could perform anywhere in the world that I've gotten based off of the opportunity, you know, of being able to cultivate a fan base that trusts me. And, you know, they should be happy that I'm able to do stuff like that because it's their fault.
Yeah. And, you know, sometimes that also could get toxic too, right? Where it's just like your fans don't want you to, like, make it like, oh, he switched up, he changed. It's like, nah, bro, I like nice cars too.
There's a huge difference between, you know, underground personal music and stuff that affects the whole world, like kids in Africa and stuff like that. Like, they might not get to, they'll get to experience the album and things like that, and that's what the album is for. It's personal. You're supposed to feel that. But the stuff that's for everybody that we project out to the world, we can't leave that out. We have
it's a part of it.
Yeah, we have to do that too.
Yeah, it's a part of it. And you know, I think even some of your peers from early on, I don't think they kind of understood that.
Right.
And that's another reason why you end up where you're at.
It takes a lot of work to transition and, take advantage of those opportunities. Some people don't even want to.
That's true too.
You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of responsibility that goes with that.
Yeah.
Because you got to get out and work those records. You got to do drops. You got to meet with DJs. You got to throw parties. You got to, really perform.
Yeah.
And that's a whole nother thing in itself that, a lot of people aren't really built for that. And they just want to be in the studio and make music
and not think about anything else.
They don't want to be a global superstar.
Yeah,
I can handle that.
Yeah,
and make dope music.
Facts. Style evolution. I did let you know. Your LA press run has been super cozy.
Thank you, sir.
I see you. Good chrome.
Yep.
Wiz has been going crazy, throwing great fits. But you've always been doing that, and you've always been influential in the fashion space. Do you feel like you get a lot of credit for that? For people that might not know?
I don't feel like I get. Yeah, I get credit for the era that I was influential in.
Okay.
And that's enough for me. I'm good for that, cause that just I could transition through stuff.
Yeah.
And I be having my moments and shit like that. But it's when I'm having fun that you get to see me do what I'm doing now. And I'm having the most fun. You know what I'm saying? Right now.
Your fits is really just I'm chilling, I'm vibed out.
Yeah.
Some drip, some shit.
Yeah.
I'm chilling right now.
For sure. I'm gonna have that shit.
Yeah.
Because of the people that I work with, I'm going to have that shit. But I'm just having fun. I like to have fun. I like to, not be lazy. I definitely put a little bit of effort into it.
Mm-hmm.
But there comes a certain point where it's just you just know what to do.
Yeah.
And I'm in one of them zones right now where fashionably I just know what to do.
100%. 100%. And it's crazy too. It's you inspired literally. I remember when you had the blonde streak and shit, literally.
Yeah. That was another one of the podcasts. I was just knowing what to do.
Nigga, everybody had that shit. You go to school Monday, Wiz Khalifa's everywhere.
Yeah. Kids, grown niggas.
Yeah.
Different races, all of that shit.
You might have been high as hell in the club one night, when did I get over there?
See a blonde patch. Athletes. There was an athlete thing for sure.
Yeah.
All the athletes was rocking the blonde patch. Hell yeah. But that's cool though. I don't be needing credit. I'm not the type of person where it's you have to let people know that you got it from me. I don't need all of that shit. I like to see people, grow and turn into bosses off of the influence that I've had on them. So that's way more valuable than motherfuckers knowing that I did the shit.
Nice. And then you have, people like me to tell it, right?
For sure. I appreciate it.
You know what I mean?
It.
You know nothing about that, man.
You wasn't even there.
You was
little nigga.
You was still a sperm. You was in your daddy's sack, nigga. You know nothing about that. Have you taken a Waymo yet?
No, I don't know what that is.
You don't know what a Waymo is?
What's a Waymo?
So Wiz, a Waymo is a car that drives itself.
Okay, yeah, I've seen that.
Have you taken one?
Hell no.
Are you scared of the Waymo?
I'm not scared of the Waymo. I don't even get in Ubers, dog. So I definitely ain't getting in no car that drives itself. Fuck that.
I ain't gonna lie, I took a Waymo. I was just like that. I took a Waymo a couple nights ago.
Waymo.
And me and the homies, we was in the Waymo.
And we using Waymo, huh?
Yeah, we was using the Waymo, man.
It's probably chill because ain't nobody to talk to. You just in there tripping. Like,
bro,
nigga, there's nobody driving this motherfucker.
You should do some content in the Waymo. I think that'll go crazy.
Bro.
Imagine you're the first person smoking a Waymo.
That shit might stop mid.
Beep, beep, beep,
Get the fuck out now.
Bro, yeah, that shit tripped me out because we was drunk as shit, and I'm like, there's nobody here driving this shit. This shit
You was probably just cussing, just doing wild.
We was going...
Just doing shit that
bro,
you wouldn't do if there was a driver in there.
Bro, we was going crazy. Because I'm sitting right behind it. I put my foot right in front of the shit.
That's what I'm saying. That's what niggas do.
I put my foot right there like,
yeah.
Look at me. Look, I got my foot in front of the Waymo.
Yeah, that's what niggas do, bro.
We was in there. We was tweaking because it was my first time. It wasn't the other homie's first time. And the other homie was sitting in the front. And I'm like, you braver than all of us.
Yeah, yep.
Nigga took shotgun.
Yeah, like, what's it like up there?
Yeah, like, he really did that.
Yeah, it's nobody up there. What you living like?
But we in the future, bro, for
we
real.
We are. That's where we at with it.
You got the little robots delivering your shit. Have you had the little robot deliver food yet to you?
Nah, not yet, but I knew them bitches was on the way, though. Because I had done, like, this little show where we was, like, testing out future technology. And that was one of them. And now, nigga, you can just go down the street and see that bitch on the sidewalk, you know, doing his thing.
Shit crazy. This shit's just driving around. Yeah. Very soon, they gonna be fucking your bitch, man. Them robots, listen. Watch out, man. Them
you
robots.
just gotta be nice to them, yo. Like, niggas who be, like, cussing at their phones or, like, they'll, like, talk bad to Alexa or something like that. I'm like, see? When them bitches take over,
they gonna remember that.
Yeah, they gonna run a tape back on your ass. They're like, yeah.
Are you John Wynn at 9:45?
Yeah, look.
You cursed at me.
This is you calling me a bitch ass nigga.
Nigga right there. Bro, that shit is crazy.
Yeah.
Yo, we really...
I'll be saying thank you. I'll be like, shh, don't say that. He said it, not me. I ain't mean that.
Can't have a Wiz interview without talking weed, right?
Yeah.
There's a big conversation right now about sprayed weed. Like, what is your thoughts on that? And just take, like, people spraying the weed just to make niggas get higher?
I don't think anybody should smoke spray pack. It's bad weed, just spray with shit that, like, gives it flavor. Some people prefer it because it's cost efficient, but the whole point in smoking weed was always, like, the quest to find better weed. So let's not...
That's some Gandalf shit right there.
Yeah. Let's not get off the path. Let's keep searching for the best, bombest weed and, you know, leave the spray pack for the people who can't afford to do better. But, yeah, I don't think chemically that stuff is safe. It just doesn't, you know, it's not natural.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy, man. It's like, when did we losing the plot? Like, when did we get to this point of niggas wanting to spray shit on weed? Like, remember, like, that shit's crazy to me, man.
Yeah. It's, we live in I feel like one day smoking weed is just going to be old school as hell, too. Like just smoking it, you know, be like, niggas gonna be like, damn, you smoke weed? I feel like that's just gonna go out of style one day too.
They telepathically
I'm still gonna be doing it, yeah.
They telepathically put this kush in my brain, nigga. What you mean? You out here puffing this shit? No. Shit was put in my brain.
For real, yeah.
That shit's gonna be a crazy day. You know, a lot of our fans are, you know, they're underground artists, this and that. I wanted to play you like 2 artists coming up and just hear your reaction, a little bit of their song.
Okay, yeah.
So I'm gonna play you some Nettspend.
I know Nettspend.
You know Nettspend?
Yeah,
You fuck with Nettspend?
Yeah, yep.
I'm gonna play you some Nettspend. What do you think about this?
Off rip, that sound like a Bird Gang beat. Oh man, I'm gonna play you the Max B song and sound like.
Okay.
Hold on. Let me hear what he's saying.
What do you think about that?
I like that. I fuck with that heavy.
Shout out Nettspend, man.
Nettspend hard.
Nettspend's killing it right now in the underground.
You never know what it took to get here.
Ah. Okay.
They don't sound the same?
Yeah, that's that melody. Same melody.
That's the same shit.
That's crazy.
Play it
Really
again.
caught that motherfucker. That's crazy. Somebody sampled, somebody check gonna get cut.
Yeah, that's a Jim Jones song.
That's crazy.
Yeah, yep.
You know, and there's this other kid, Fake Mink. He's my favorite.
Fake Mink?
Yes.
All right. I like that name. That name is hard.
So this is my favorite kid right now. He's coming out of the UK. And what I love about him, because he like brings that sense of nostalgia to his music, from his music, and then like he's like updating it. So it's like, it reminds me of like the So Far Gone era, like your time in music, like, you know, KUSH Orange, like he brings that vibe. When I first, yeah, bro, he's super fire.
Where's he from?
He's from UK. He has this song. Yeah.
Okay.
You would fuck with him tough.
Yeah, that's hard. That's like a Dilla vibe to me.
Bro, it's so... Yeah.
That's hard. Yeah, there's just certain music that make you want to get fly.
Yeah,
like that should make you want to get fresh.
Yeah, like he carved that essence of when I first heard you. I'm like, I'm on some cool shit.
Yeah, hell yeah.
And his sample choices.
Yeah, that's hard.
He has a big song going crazy called Louis V Samples. That's the one that's moving, but this was it. I'm like, nah, this kid's gonna be special. Yeah, man. How do you find new music, Wiz?
It's been on the internet, or like if you play me some shit like that, like I'll be like just dive in and go find somebody's whole catalog. But usually just being on the internet, really. Scrolling, tweaking, watching videos, being a fucking nerd. Like I'm really into just surfing the internet, and I feel like I've been blessed to like see stuff on the way up. And like when I see stuff, I know when it's gonna hit, like regardless of where it's at. So I see a lot of stuff when it's on its way up, and yeah, I just pay attention to it. I digest it. I kind of put people onto it.
Yeah,
I fuck with.
I was gonna bring that up next because you know back in the day, you know, Dat Piff, your song going on the website and it being on the front page or even crashing the website was a big indicator of like, oh, this nigga's gonna be next. Like he's about to go crazy. Or even having certain DJs like Ill Will and certain people hosting your shit. It's like, oh, who is this guy? This and that. Like, so you know, good to see and you know hear like how do you like know engage in today's day of like. How is this gonna go? Is this gonna be a thing? Like, you know, because those were the old ways of like looking at things and like kind of gauging.
You really can't have no filter on that shit. Like, you just gotta let everything like kind of flow. Because if you're like, well, who's the next underground artist or who's the next trap artist, or you don't know who's gonna be what. Like, some people, they're looking up to a motherfucker that you never even heard about. And they're already like pushing this motherfucker to the top. So by the time you get to listen to him, he's already the shit. So it doesn't even matter what you say about it. Yeah. You just there to listen and figure out if you fuck with it or not. And a lot of the times, like the stuff that comes across my radar, people wouldn't even think that I had the fucking time to even, you know what I mean?
Figure this out.
Yeah. But like you said, it's just that discovery and just that kind of, you know, seeking that knowledge. Like, it's not going to come to you if you ain't looking for it.
100%.
Yeah.
Well, we usually do this to close it out and everything. What is your message for our generation, Wiz?
My message for our generation is take your time, Don't rush. Allow yourself to make some mistakes. Capitalize off of those mistakes. Don't let them define you. Surround yourself with good people, and try to make the best decisions possible. No matter what you do, if it's creative, or even if it's just as far as what you're gonna do for that day, try to make the best decisions possible. Work your ass off. This is for the whole generation. So there's a couple things. Work your ass off. And call your parents.
Oh, love that. Thank you so much, man.
Thank you too, man. Appreciate it.